Hey friend, Roger Christofferson here again with another first listener review. This is actually kind of one that I was looking forward to for different reasons, but it is the newest release from Riley's LA Guns, who is the continuation or his version of LA Guns. Stephen Riley, the drummer from LA Guns, has versions their second album, and they digitally, I can't even talk this early in the morning, more coffee please, released their new album here called The Dark Horse. And I was had been hearing all the kind of news about when this was going to come out, and I guess that the reason they chose this kind of interesting release date is because it was Stephen Riley's birthday, I believe. If I'm wrong on that, please correct me, but I think that was the reason they decided to do it on a day other than a Friday, which is the normal day. But so anyway, I got done listening to it, was checking it out, and thought I'd leave my thoughts on this one because I've been listening to a lot of LA Guns lately, and Tracy Guns has been doing a lot of stuff on the side, and I've been kind of picking up all that stuff, so I was definitely in the mood to hear this one. And unfortunately, we know we lost Stephen Riley here just this past year, which is kind of sad that he didn't get to see this released. I know there's so many different versions of this band, and there's been different singers and all kinds of stuff, and there's all kinds of drama surrounding LA Guns. And I know I've heard Tracy Guns talk all kinds of bad stuff about Stephen Riley, and I know it has mainly to do with money, I believe. I've really never heard Stephen Riley's side of the story, or Kelly Nichols for that matter, who is also in this version of LA Guns, but I know there's two sides to every story, so I'm not going to make any calls there. All I know is focus on the music when I don't like to get involved and go down the rabbit holes, all the drama with bands. I actually just like the music, and that's what I'm here for on this one. And so, as I mentioned, Kelly Nichols is on bass on this one. They kind of went and formed their version of the band, and there's vocalist Kurt Frolick on this one, and guitarist Scott Griffin. Now, as far as the actual album it goes, give this one a couple listens through, and the first thing I noticed is the production is good. There's some weird choices they made on here. The first song actually has that weird, a lot of bands do this. They have that like a megaphone type vocal effect on it, which I think works cool here and there. They pretty much use it on the whole song on this one. They use it on another one, like partially on one of the other tracks further on down the line as well. However, the other thing I really noticed is that the guitar solos are really buried. The guitars up front, the rhythm guitars really up front in the mix, but when it comes to solos, they're there, but they're just kind of like at the same level as all the rhythm. In fact, some points even lower, which is a really strange choice to make. I don't know why they would ever mix something that way, but those are the first couple things that stuck out. The songs themselves, they're good. There wasn't anything on here that really stood out as horrible and like, oh crap, skip it. However, that being said, there wasn't a whole lot on here that stood out as being like, oh, that's a really awesome song. They're all just kind of okay. In fact, it wasn't until like maybe halfway through that I started noticing a little bit of changing here and there. Like the last couple songs, actually, Down Day Drag and While I'm Away with the last song was probably my favorite one. And, finally kind of there's a couple different drum styles, like on like Changing Lights and It's the World. Changed things up a little bit there. But this style of music, when you think of LA Guns, at least when I think of LA Guns, I think of like energy, just raw energy, tight, powerful, like just balls to the walls type music. I don't know how else to explain it. I don't get that feeling from this. The songs are just kind of like rock songs, and there's not a whole lot of energy. Even the tempos, I think, could have been like maybe bumped up even just a few BPMs here and there just to give it a little bit more energy. And as far as the vocals go, everything's sung on key. However, there's not a whole lot of a melody going on at all. I don't want to I hate it when I really feel like I'm beating up bands, but at the same time, put a little bit more energy into like melodies, just monotone single note or just a couple of different note melodies get very boring for a whole entire album. There's got in background vocals like add so much energy, even if they're not even like prominent. If they're just in the background, they just add so much energy. That's like my biggest beef with this thing was the energy of the vocals. He's got a nice sounding voice, but it's like very milquetoast. There's not a whole lot of personality. There's not a whole lot of range, and it doesn't look like there was a whole lot of effort put into the melodies of the verses, let alone the choruses. Chorus should be the part that brings you in. Nothing on here was doing this for me. And the other thing I did notice, actually, just thinking about now, is that there's not on every song, but on several songs, there's cool little guitar melodies going on in the background, little things going on that are kind of a hook in itself, which is good. That's like a good thing to have. It actually livens the song up a little bit. However, they were, like I previously said, they were so like mixed down so low that it wasn't after maybe hearing it a couple of different times, it's like, oh, there's something else going on there. All right, that's kind of cool. And that type of thing with the vocals helps too. Just that was my overall feeling of the whole thing. Just the energy level was just very low. It's not what I would expect from an LA Guns album, whatever version it may be. But anyway, so not as good as I was hoping it was going to be, unfortunately. I mean, every time I buy an album, I say this, I want to love it. And I didn't walk away loving this one. But that's that. It's just what it is. So I don't know what's going to happen with the band from this version on. Maybe they're going to go on and carry on with, Nichols Riley's version of LA Guns. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. It's just nice having, LA Guns, I guess, out there still making music, whichever version of it is. Although the recorded stuff that I've heard from both versions of the band lately haven't been like stellar, but it's cool to have them out there keeping the name alive and playing the older songs. Like I said, don't know what's going to happen with this version, but at least the other version is out there still playing all the cool songs, and they sound great live. They're doing it, so. But this is about Riley's LA Guns, I guess, so we're going to stick with that. And if anybody has, anything they want to add to it, if I'm just missing the boat on this, feel free to let me know. Like I said, it's just my opinion, and I'm sure others are people that have other opinions that they might actually love this, but my first impressions of it were it's kind of like, yeah, it's okay. But that's just what it is. So anyway, like, share, subscribe to keep music alive, because this band, I would love to see this band carry on, whatever version it is. And until next time, we'll see you.